Let's take a look at how we make triple strand yarn from a single ball. The nice thing about this is it can help you to keep your colours pure, or it can help you to blend them depending on what you wish. So we'll start near the beginning of the yarn and we'll make a slip knot, and we'll just make that one a couple of inches, not too big, not too small. What we need to do now is tuck 2 fingers through that slip knot loop and pull the yarn leading to the ball up through it. So we're making a finger crochet chain. And if you look at your finger crochet chain, there's 2 parts. There's the sort of 2 that lead to the loop, and then the one at the back, which is often called the back loop of a crochet chain. And if we were to keep on with our yarn consistently making a finger crochet chain, I can't show you very much distance in this film setup, but you can see it's always 3 strands. There's a little link where the yarns connect with each loop, but it would be rather tedious to keep on making 2-inch long loops. It would take us a long time to make our knitting yarn. So what I do once I've got started is I put my fingers through, and then I'll pull through 10 or 12 or 14 feet, a couple of armfuls of yarn, and make a very, very long chain. And that way you only get the links every now and again, and you only have to stop knitting every now and again. It's not nearly as tedious as it sounds. But the advantage of this method is it gives you 3 strands of yarn all at once. You make it as you go. And if you've got a gentle colour gradation yarn like this County, the yarn still shades exactly the way it did in the original ball. You're not trying to chase 3 balls of yarn around. If you had a yarn that had 9 feet of blue and 9 feet of red, you could pull through the loop through till you'd used up all the 9 feet of the blue, until you got to the junction of the red. And then your next slip knot would be, or your next chain, would be in the next colour. And so you can actually keep colours pure, or you can blend them. And if you've ever bought any ridiculously fine yarns in the past that you're now thinking that you're never going to knit, you can just work them straight from the cone or the ball and triple them as you go. I call this method of tripling the yarn as you go Navajo knitting or chain knitting, because the term that spinners use is for Navajo plying, by making a series of slip knots in one of their single yarns and plying those together, or it's also known as chain plying. It all depends where you learned a technique, what name you learned it under. And I can just keep on going, and anytime I need to make more yarn, every time I get to the end of the loop, I just tuck my fingers through and pull some more yarn through. It's lots of fun, and you'll find some occasions when it will be very useful, whether it's on this scarf or not.